Alright. So, yesterday I spent all day Satisfactory building up like a huge factory. I'd basically redid my whole iron production, and I wanted to show it off because it took a long time, but like it was fun the whole time doing it. So, this is the area where I used to manufacture stuff, and bam! Now there's a whole ass. I even built walls and everything. I went and also figured out a quicker way to travel. You can slide and jump. I went and figured this thing out, which lets you unlock and get new, this is the awesome sink. I moved it. And it lets you get tickets to get cool things. Which I got some cool stuff to make my factory cooler. I'm gonna get some more later because I'm liking how you can change stuff around and just make it visually pleasing. See, I got 2 floors on this factory. Technically 3 floors, but I'm not doing much with the 3rd floor yet. This is my ground level where I can get different stuff. Oh, actually it looks like this is just about done. I guess I can take these out. I had some storage for my old stuff, and I decided that I didn't need it there anymore. I wanted to figure out where everything was stored, so I moved it to the new storage. This isn't like full storage by any means, but this is... Oh shit, what broke down? Well, one of my things broke down somewhere, but it's not this one apparently, because it looks like stuff's still moving. Actually, is stuff still moving? Because conveyor belts don't actually take any power. It looks like that's running. That's got a blue light up there I can see. Those have yellow. So yeah, I think this power is still online. This is all on the same power grid, so let's see here. Yeah, this is still running. I'm consuming currently like 350 watts, and I'm producing 500, so I'm more than good there. I can potentially make that much, but there have been times where I've consumed that much, so... But it looks like this isn't the power grid that shut down. I don't have that many. I think I got like 3, so it's probably one of my far away ones, which are not on this grid because they're so far away. They are sending over different resources that I don't have around here. Oh yeah, that's not sending anything over. So it's probably, oh yeah, I finished this over here too. This is gonna be like a storage facility. I made it look nice. I put windows on it, put a couple lights in there. I'm doing a little bit of production, but not much. But that's just where some of my other stuff that's not in the main area go. It's really nice though. We'll figure that out later. It's not that important. The nice thing is when you kind of just leave things to go, even if they're shut off or if they're still running, they just keep automatically doing things anyway. So you just end up coming back to them with more resources. So it's kind of relaxing. You don't have to worry about it too much. But oh yeah, I made a hypertube system as well. Like I made it less simple. If I want to go down to my power, I switched completely, pretty much all the way over to coal power now. I wanted to put it down here so it's out of the way and not ugly. I got my water coming in. Got a couple different water networks. This one goes to that one, and then the other water network that I have up there goes to these 3. And in case for any reason the coal stops being produced, I got a backlog of coal, so I'm pretty much good for power for a while. If anything ever happens. Yep, big backlog of coal. So, we'll be good on that. You know what? I was gonna show my iron factory, and we will, but let's do something else first. You gotta check this other thing out. We're going up here. It's a pretty game. Alright, check this out. See those arrows? Those arrows are where I drove. I kind of got caught up here, so there's a lot of arrows. Those arrows, I took a truck and I drove and I made a path. And that truck automatically now, without me in it, set to autopilot, goes from my far away. Oh, is it coming in? Oh, is it stuck? You know what? You know what might have happened? It's either out of fuel or... Oh yeah, it's very likely out of fuel. Well, let's get that sorted out right now, actually. I'm using coal for fuel because I have so much of it. So this isn't strictly a tour video, this is a getting things done video as well. How much space do I got? Oh, I got plenty. Let's see. I don't want to fill up completely. Let's just get, I don't know how much that was, but that should be enough to not worry about. At least. Because it doesn't take that much, use that much up per trip. I'm glad I went up there, because otherwise stuff would have been stalled. Alright, we'll have to check on a couple things. We'll have to check what the status of my crate is to make sure it's not full of resources. In which case I could move them or make another crate. So, let's see. Oh yeah, we got lots of room, it's just that it's out of fuel. So, let's see here. This is where I'm putting my fuel. Fuel gets automatically loaded into here, and yep, that's out of fuel there. So let's put all of the fuel, all of the coal except for one stack, just to take that because we're gonna go check. Here's my truck over here. I could have multiple, but I don't currently need that much stuff. It's so... Wait. Oh, it looked like the truck was moving for a second. Yep, it's out of fuel. That's what's going on. So let's give it some coal for fuel. Yep, there we go. Now I could get in there and drive it, but I think that's all we needed to do. It had some cargo on board that it's bringing back. Getting ready to take the cargo from the truck, and the truck, it's waiting there just a little bit longer just in case it has a big load of cargo. It probably will next time, but then after I gave it the little bit of time, then it takes off. Now here's where I don't know what exactly happened, where I ran into the rail, but it does that path every time now just to remind me. I wish I could, like... Oh, you can edit them. Okay. Sweet. I just had to get closer than last time. Delete node. Delete node. I don't even know what that is. I'm not doing a damn wait time. Jesus. Delete node. Okay. So, sweet. So it'll come around here, pause, wait for the cargo, then it'll come around here. Could probably delete this one. Oops. And sweet, I just fixed my stupidness. That's cool. I didn't think you could edit them before. I guess I just wasn't close enough. But yeah, it's going over to pick up some supplies from my other factory. Now, believe it or not, I didn't want to go all the way down through the jungle and stuff, and get down in there with that stuff. So I made this physics damming sky bridge to go over, and then I did it largely because I wanted to use the truck system, which I hadn't messed with before. So I could have a place for my truck to go over instead of bringing the resources over by conveyor, which I could have done, and it was tedious, semi-tedious, placing this hyper tube to go over bridges, but not as bad as like setting up everything else. So, but yeah, I wanted to use the trucking system, see how it would go. So this is my other location, and this is the other truck place. See? He's getting the resources. Let's see how much he's got in there. Not that much. Did you get anything in there? Wait. You know what? Is this my thing that got shut down? Yeah, that's not gonna let me go into it, I don't think. So this must be shut down somehow. Well, good thing I'm over here. Yep, this is off. Why? My capacity is 300. I never went above that. I never went above that consumption. But my capacity went down somewhat for some reason. Let's figure it out. This is where my coal is for this side. So what happened? Is there any coal on this belt? Yeah, there's coal on the belt. There's coal going into the factories. The coal. There's no water. What happened with the water? There's water in there. There's a little bit of water in there. That should be enough to get it going. I wonder if my water is exactly low enough from my pump. This takes 60, so I have it overclocked. I wonder if I'm only seeing 60 and I'm not seeing what small like decimal point after. That could be it. If I have this tuned to be 60, then there's a chance that I'm not seeing a small little decimal point afterwards. And so for this running full bore, it might be like 60.1 or something, and I can't see the 0.1. And I might have my water tuned to give me exactly 180, because 60 times 3. And eventually the decimal points might have caught up. That could be it. The thing is I don't need as much power as I was thinking, so I could tune this down a little bit. I wonder if I can... Hey, let's get this to 59 somehow. Let's go 140. It's 58, so we could do a little more. About 143.5. 75. Actually 144. 144 to 60, and I'm probably not seeing the decimal points. This seems tedious, but it's not really. Let's go 143.75, so that'll be 59 point something, but not 60. So if I do that for all three, then it'll be less than 180. And that'll probably mean that will eventually start going into turn off and shut down mode when the reservoir gets full, but that's fine. 143.75. Okay. I'm guessing that's what happened. I think probably the decimal points caught up and he's just ran out of water, or at least a constant amount of water, because both my reserves and the actual backup of the machine itself were out of water. So it's weird, but it eventually caught up, I'm guessing. So those are each 59. 59, 59, 59, so that's less than 180 total water that I need. So having 180 production should be enough that it will have more than enough, and it'll be enough to fill up the supplies, the reserves. You know what, let's make another reserve just in case. Well, it's not really just in case, it's more just that way it'll be longer before the reserves are full up. So yeah, we could put it right here. Or we'll put it right here actually. Damn it, I didn't bring any copper with me. Copper plates with me. And this damn hypertube ain't gonna work right now. Alright. We'll mess with that later, I guess. Make another one later. Okay. So I'm hoping with that 50 that's in there, that'll be enough for it to run for a little while. Fill up the reserves. Yep, water's filling up the pipes. So there's water in the pipes, it's getting moved there now. Plenty of water. So there should be enough for this to run. Water's getting drained and filling up at the same time. Let's see what the drain rate is. Flow is 40. Oh, so it's getting 160, moving up. It's filling up very slowly because it's it's giving slightly more than it's needing, so that'll fill up slowly. That's why I wanted to have a double buffer. So I would have two things that could fill up before this thing shut down again. But basically what'll happen is because it's using slightly less than what is being given by those three things, eventually all the reserves that the pipeline and the reserve that's in this will all be full, and this will shut off. But then it'll be using it way faster than zero, so it'll turn back on. It'll just keep going back and forth between those two states. I wish I could have it exact, but the thing with overclocking is I overclocked to get some more power. I overclocked it by 143.75% to get to 59. If I knew the exact number here, and then I could tune the exact number over there, then it would just be a state of equilibrium and it wouldn't be shutting off and turning on. It's not really that big of a deal, but you see that this turned off because before what I had these were 60 overclocked to a certain number, and that was exactly 180. But these weren't exactly 60, they were 60 point something. So eventually, with so many cycles, eventually the water that was in the backup got drained, and that's why it shut off. So anyway, but now this power grid is back online, so I fixed that, so that's good. Oh, you know what? That's why when that truck was here last time, it didn't actually get any of the things that were in the shop, because this needs to be powered, the truck station, in order to move the things from there to the truck. Oh, I should check if this has power. This doesn't have power or coal either. But yeah, this didn't have power, so it didn't have anything to put in the trucks, and my actual facilities weren't producing anything, so go grab a bunch of coal so I can put some of it in my truck stop for fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The other place has fuel for me, so I really should be good, but don't necessarily need it at this stop, but I'll have it there just in case. Hey, is this network not working? Oh, this isn't connected. I gotta give this power. Or does that straight up not have a... Oh, this doesn't even have a entrance on it. Gotta power these things. And so that's all set. Shouldn't there be stuff on that conveyor belt? There, now there's fuel. See, the fuel's leaving, going into the station. Alright, so let's figure this stuff out over here. Go to my refinery. There's my conveyor belt, long one, leading to the truck station for pickup. But why is this not going? Oh, I think I probably know what's going on. This is making plastic for me, but it has a byproduct of heavy oil residue. I just set it aside for later, so I didn't want to mess with it, but I'm guessing that I probably set it aside for long enough that these are all full. These are my heavy oil. Yep, heavy oil. Yep, heavy oil. I'm not going to do it here because I haven't messed with it yet, so I don't want to like waste time figuring stuff out on the video. But so this isn't producing anything because the output for the liquid output is full, because when you make plastic or rubber, you get a byproduct of heavy oil residue, and so if that gets full, backed up, then you can't make any more that has a liquid byproduct. So I made a bunch of tanks just so I wouldn't have to worry about it for a while, but eventually now damn it. Now it's all full, so I'm gonna come back and figure this out later. Wait, is there anything I could produce that doesn't have a byproduct? Ooh. I could just make petroleum coke. I could make that from the heavy oil residue. I'll mess with that later though. I don't want to mess with it now. Basically though, I'm going to turn all that heavy oil residue into coke, which can be used for power. It's basically like coal. And yeah, I think that's what I'll do. But I'm going to do it later. So right now this isn't technically doing anything because it's backed up. I'll figure that out later though. Yeah, I've got plenty of plastic in my other place anyway, so at least for what I need right now, so I'll be fine. Alright. Yep. Hi, truck. See, my truck's coming in. It would be doing something, but it's gonna be doing nothing because I'm not making anything. So I'm just burning fuel right now, but that's okay. It's a fake world, not the real world, where corporations are destroying the planet, so this is a big game though anyway. I don't think my small little part of producing stuff is having that much of an impact. But it's weird, I do think about it, like when I go and cut down a tree or something to make room for like a factory, make room for a foundation, I think about it. But then there's those corporations in the United States and all around the world that are just destroying the planet, destroying our future, and they don't give a fuck. I do something like play a video game and I can't help but think of that. They go and do it in real life and they're just whatever. So yeah, I gotta put it on my to-do list that I have to go figure out my refinery. I set a bunch of tanks aside so I can produce plastic for a while and not worry about the byproduct, and now I can't not worry about it. It's nighttime now, which is cool because I built these big lights and I put them to, I think, 45% brightness, 55, and then I turn night mode on, so they only come on when it's nighttime, which actually is a shorter cycle than daytime here. Alright, so do I have any Caterium coming in? Yeah, I got Caterium. So the Caterium factory's not out of order. Oh, I connected the Caterium to my main grid. The Caterium, it's really not that far away anyway, so it wasn't that hard to connect to the main power grid. I got Caterium coming to my base on this conveyor belt. It's not that far away, so I didn't have to. It was really early when I did it, so I wasn't even into trucks at that point. At least not for transporting, only for moving around. But yeah, I connected. You can see the power poles running over here. My Caterium factory, well, Caterium mining, to my main base. So I'm getting plenty of that sent over there. So Caterium wires are always going, because whatever you're not using, you can put in storage, and then when your storage gets full, I send it over to that thing that gives me coupons, because that basically takes in all your excess and turns it into points, which get you coupons. So my Caterium factory is always running. It's not even, the belt's not even moving hardly, so it's not being used all that fast even. But see my lights in my storage building there? Help during the nighttime. It's pretty cool. So yeah, Caterium's always going to be online. What I do have to get sorted out is my silica. What is silica? I don't remember what silica comes from in this. Oh, quartz. Yeah, quartz. I got to get my quartz production sorted out. That's on another grid that's not. That's on a way far away location. I don't even know if I'm going to connect that to the main grid because it's so far away. But that's not producing anything right now because it doesn't have power. It's on its own grid, and it's not on coal. It's on biofuel like these. And it ran out of biofuel, so it stopped producing. So I'm not getting any of that in, so I gotta figure that out as well. But yeah, this is my Caterium production. I'm making quick wire, which is better than normal wire. Come on, textures. Wow, it's taking even longer than usual to load textures. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I'm pretty much full on that because Caterium's going full time. And copper is over here. These are full up because I basically didn't pay attention to any of my production factors while I was building my iron base yesterday. So these are all full. I could take those over and get them deposited, but I'm not going to do that yet. You know what? We'll do it a little bit. Let's get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I can just take this all over because my inventory is full. Alright, so now that'll produce a little bit, and we'll use the excess that we don't need because those are full. I could set that up automatic, but for now I got this going. All except for one. All except for one. All except for one. And now this is where I put my excess stuff that's not automatic, and it gets fed into here. And based on the value of what's going in, it gets me points for coupons that I can spend. But anyway, let's check out this factory that I spent all yesterday making. I took down all my old iron production and I put it all to the new place. Took down all my factories under there and I put them to the new place. Now on the ground level I just have storage that's more easily accessible. Oops. Down here I've got plates, rods. This is a double. Oh, because I had so much of it. Steel beams and steel pipes. The reason these are so full compared to the plates and rods, which are easier, is because I didn't just throw all my old plates and rods into the machine to get rid of the excess. I just started making new ones. Whereas these, I kept all my old ones, but I just moved them to this location. So these I have down at ground level to make them more accessible. Just to come down and grab some if I need them real quick. But here's our production level. Let me do this first before we go down there. We have my iron coming into the factory, and that's coming from 2 different miners right there. It's sending them there, and then sending them up, and then putting them on the belt that's leading them into my iron production factory. And I'm also getting coals going down into my coal power plant, but then we also have some of the coal wrapping back around and coming up, because I'm not just straight up doing iron production related things, I'm also doing steel, which is coal plus iron. So that's going into here, and it's going down the line. It's going, splitting it, going in there, and then coming down the line, going there, coming down the line, going there, coming down the line. So the first one gets more priority, but eventually that gets backed up and it sends the excess down the line, and that process repeats until it gets backed up enough that everything is supplied. It's called a manifold, I believe. And then it gets complicated over here where there's coal and iron, because it gets split into 2 different coal things and 2 different iron things. And I'll show that later. Starting to get some light. I got my power running to these outlets. Instead of poles, they get put into the wall, so I get power inside the building. And this is what took me a long time to make yesterday. Like, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours or something. So there's the first smelter behind there, and then after that smelter turns the iron ore into an iron ingot, it gets sent into a constructor, and it turns the iron ingot into a plate. And this one does plates as well. And then over here it does rods, and more rods, and more rods. I'm doing 4 rods and 2 plates because rods take half the amount of ingots, so it's actually efficient the way that it is. And I get some rods that I just sent and get kept directly as rods for what's needed, but the other half of the rods get sent into another constructor. So smelter, constructor goes rods, and constructed once again into screws. So I have a good supply of screws because you need them for a lot of things, advanced things. And then after we're done with all the basic iron, these iron ingots get turned from the smelter. After we're done with straight up iron ingots, we get the iron ore, and this one doesn't have any right now, but there we go, some coal coming in. See, this is really complicated, because what I wanted to do was I wanted to do 4 different productions of steel ingots. The thing is it's really complicated in this small amount of space that we have just over in this side of the building. I could have expanded it, but I wanted to be creative and do it this way. But we have 2 lines, we have 1 line of iron and 1 line of coal being split complicatedly into 4 lines of coal and 4 lines of iron. This one's actually a mixed line. It has coal and iron. And then it gets smartly split right here. So it's 1 line of coal and 1 line of iron. But then it gets turned into 4 different foundries. And these foundries are producing steel ingots. And I've got 4 of those. then after they get turned into steel ingots, from 4 of them, we get them sent to these 2 lines, go into this one, and that one is working on steel beams. And then these each get their own line, and they're working on steel pipes. And so these, like the other thing, these take 30 per minute, these steel pipes, whereas these take 60 per minute. So having it as a 2-to-1 ratio actually works out. I gotta get the efficiency sorted out a little bit so that we're getting a little bit more coal to come in, because one of them's behind, but we'll figure that out later. It's really not important because we're pretty much doing well on those resources, but you can see all the stuff comes down into the conveyor belt when it's done being produced and gets sent up a level. And I'll just go and take the wall off for right now. I'm gonna mess with doors and stuff later. So this smartly gets, and when I say smartly, I mean this is a smart splitter. It does it in a reasonable way, but I'm not gonna go into it too specifically, but most of the stuff gets sent up to the top level. Nails all get sent up to the top level, but most of the stuff that's being produced gets sent up to the top level for further manufacturing, and some of it gets sent to the ground level just in case I need to grab some real quick. But it only does it if the top level's well supplied. So yeah, we smelt the ore into ingots and produced stuff. Smelt the coal and ore into ingots and produce stuff and send it up. Because on the top level, which I haven't really fully finished yet, but I got it started. Different style up here. Got some glass ceilings. It's pretty cool. The lighting in the game. You can see like reflections. Got open windows. Well, like not even windows, just. But yeah. Here's where all my stuff was getting sent up to. All the stuff gets sent up here. And I don't have it set up to belts, but they could be sent automatically. If I wanted to, into these other storage containers. But yeah, we have here's all the stuff that's being sent up. Got it in double storage just to make sure we have enough. Lots of nails. You need those. You need a lot of nails. Plus I brought my old nails instead of only doing new ones. And then I could manually move it into the production stuff over here. I have the production containers here, or I could put conveyor belts based on what I need, and they get sent into these different machines. This is a assembler, so this gets 2 ingredients in. You make something complicated, for example, a reinforced iron plate, and you can see at the bottom there it needs screws plus plates. So you could feed in 2 different ingredients here. So that's why I got the 2 storage containers, and keep producing reinforced iron plates. And then I'm gonna store the final products over here, which I've already done for some of the stuff where I had my old production. I just brought them up here. So that takes 2 ingredients. This I just unlocked and I haven't even used it yet, not even once. I'm gonna be using that later. This can take up to 4 ingredients. Holy crap. This can take 4 ingredients and make them. So that's when you need to make something really complicated. You could make something like a heavy modular frame, or a beacon, or a computer even, an oscillator. Yeah, lots of complex stuff. And it doesn't, you can see on this one it only has 3 ingredients. It jumps from 2 over here to 4, so you can also do ones that do 3 here, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's my factory. It's not done yet because I'm figuring out how I'm going to do production up here, but I got my storage ready for all the materials and stuff that I need, and I basically just, right now the way I'm looking at it, I'll probably do it manually. Like I'll take whatever ingredients I happen to need and put them in these production containers, and then that'll keep running for a long time. And that'll be just based on what I need to produce, because I need different things for different objectives. Like if I need heavy modular frames, you can see for my next goal up there in the top right, I'd produce them here, so I'd just move the ingredients to those containers there, and that would produce those for a long time. Now, like I said, I could set it up automatically, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Is there anything else to show off? Like I said, this isn't even done yet, but I got it going. Made some top level windows. You can look down, make sure everything's running efficiently. Made the catwalk so I could go across and not have to hop over conveyor belts each time, which is getting annoying. But yeah, got my outlets in here, giving power to all the different stuff. I made lights. Took a while to plan out the geometry of those to make the spacing nice and even. But yeah, I took time to make this pretty cool and functional and pleasing. I love this game. Satisfactory. Oh, yeah, I think that's about it. I gotta go fix some other stuff, but I'm probably gonna, I needed a lot of concrete to make all that, by the way. So this is finally getting caught up again. But yeah, just figured I took all that time on the base, I might as well show it off and show off some other stuff, so get some people hyped about this game, because it's pretty freaking sweet. It's technically like even an early access game, but it's pretty, it's not like technically done, but like you're not gonna like play this game for a couple hours and then go away. Like there's a lot of game here, so, and it's only getting bigger. I mean, I'm on stage 6. Yeah, I'm on stage 5 actually, and there's still that much more to go, so there's a lot of game here. I mean, I've played this for over 50 hours now, so. Yep. Alright, I think I'll go get stuff sorted out, so that, I guess, concludes this video here. Satisfactory. It's like, I think it's like 30 bucks on Steam, and I would get it even if it's not on sale, but I was actually given it by one of my friends, so I was very fortunate. So, yeah, Satisfactory. Come check it out if you're interested in a nice, relaxing game where you get to set stuff up and just enjoy playing and not worry too much. It's nice. Alright. Where's my damn key? Alright. See you later, guys.